Emergencies can happen at any time, and they often come with a financial burden. This is why having an emergency fund is so important. But before we dive in today's video, here's a quick disclaimer. Please remember, I am not a financial advisor, and so nothing we talk about in this video is financial advice, but rather my personal opinion. So before doing anything, do your own research and consult with a professional financial advisor. And as always, you can find useful links to help you on your journey in the comments section below. With that over, let's get back into the video. An emergency fund is a sum of money set aside specifically for unexpected events. These events can include job loss, medical bills, car repairs, or any other unexpected expense. The purpose of the fund is to provide a financial safety net, allowing you to cover these expenses without having to rely on credit cards, loans, or other forms of debt. Having an emergency fund is important for several reasons. Firstly, it provides you with peace of mind knowing that you have a financial buffer to fall back on in case of an emergency. This can help reduce stress and anxiety, and allow you to focus on dealing with the situation at hand without worrying about how you're going to pay for it. Secondly, having an emergency fund can help you avoid going into debt. When faced with unexpected expenses, many people turn to credit cards, loans, or other forms of debt to cover the cost. While this may provide a short-term solution, it can create a long-term problem if you're unable to pay off the debt. This can lead to high interest rates, late fees, and a cycle of debt that can be difficult to break. Thirdly, having an emergency fund can also help you stay on track with your long-term financial goals. When unexpected expenses arise, it's easy to get derailed from your financial plan. For example, if you were saving for a down payment on a house and suddenly had to pay for a major car repair, you may have to delay your plans for buying a home. By having an emergency fund, you can avoid this type of setback and stay on track with your goals. But how much should you have in your emergency fund? As a general rule of thumb, financial experts recommend having enough money to cover 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This means that if your monthly expenses are $2,000, your emergency fund should be between $6,000 to $12,000. However, the size of your emergency fund may need to be larger or smaller depending on your situation. If you have a high-paying job with a stable income, you may be able to get away with a smaller emergency fund. On the other hand, if you're self-employed or work in a field with a lot of job instability, you may need a larger emergency fund. To start building your emergency fund, begin by setting aside a small portion of your income each month. Even if it's just $50 or $100, every little bit helps. Over time, your emergency fund will grow, and you'll be better prepared to handle unexpected expenses. One important thing to keep in mind is that your emergency fund should be kept separate from your other savings and investments. This will help you avoid dipping into your emergency fund for non-emergency expenses and ensure that the money is available when you need it. Another important factor to consider is the accessibility of your emergency fund. While it's important to keep your money in a safe place, it's also important to make sure that you can access it quickly in case of an emergency. Consider keeping your emergency fund in a savings account or money market account that allows for easy access. If you're not sure where to start, consider using an online savings account or app that can help you automate your savings. Many of these services allow you to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund, making it easier to build up your savings over time. Finally, it's important to remember that emergencies can happen at any time, so it's important to be prepared. If you don't already have an emergency fund, start building one today. It may take some time to build up the fund, but the peace of mind and financial security that come with it are well worth the effort. In summary, an emergency fund is a sum of money set aside specifically for unexpected events. It provides a financial safety net, allowing you to cover unexpected expenses without relying on credit cards, loans, or other forms of debt. Having an emergency fund is important for several reasons, including peace of mind, avoiding debt, and staying on track with long-term financial goals. To build your emergency fund, start by setting aside a small portion of your income each month and keeping the money in a separate, easily accessible account. Remember, emergencies can happen at any time, so it's important to be prepared. If you're not already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more great content on wealth, personal finance and investing. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to spam the like button as YouTube will recommend it to more people just like you. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos or topics you'd like us to cover, please leave a comment down below. We love hearing from our viewers and want to make sure we're providing you with the information you need to succeed. Thanks for watching.